This is San Ignacio, Wazoo. We are about 4 hours south of Asuncion. We're just taking a spin around the town just to show a little bit about what it looks like. San Ignacio is about half an hour south of the capital of the state of Misiones. We're in the state of Misiones right now, and San Juan Bautista is the capital. And even though it's the capital, it's a lot more quiet than this town is. It's much more rural. Actually, we came to this town because we had stopped in San Juan Bautista to get a hotel and to get something to eat at a restaurant last night, and there wasn't a restaurant open. We went to the hotel, and the lady there was very nice, and she explained to us that on a Monday, yesterday was Monday, that most of the restaurants were closed. The only restaurants in the town that were open for lunch only. So we decided, and then she recommended us to come here, to go a little bit further south, about a half an hour more, and come to San Ignacio. And she was even nice enough to check. She knew the restaurant to send us to. She even was nice enough to call them and to make sure that they were open. And then, believe it or not, she called a hotel here for us. She knew the hotel, which we ended up staying at, and she called to make sure that they had that they weren't all booked up. So she totally hooked us up. Very nice lady. And so here we are. We spent last night here in San Ignacio, and today we are pushing further south to Encarnacion, and then later on to Hohenau. But it's early in the morning. You can see the sun's just coming up. It's about 8:30 in the morning right now. But this town really gives me the feel of Ka'akupe. We spent last night in the hotel, and in front of the hotel there's a nice big park, and it has that rural vibe going, but it also, as you can see, is built up enough that it's growing. It's a growing town, obviously. But the thing is, right now, like I said, we're about 4 hours south of Asuncion. So living in this area, if you're going to live here, if you're going to buy something in and around San Ignacio or in Misiones, for example, you're much closer to Argentina than you are to the capital of Paraguay. And so there's the park. The hotel's behind that park where we stayed. And but you are much further away from the medical and educational services that you might need if you're coming to live here. So that's a major consideration. You know, if you're coming here with children, or if you are elderly, retired, or you have health issues, you might not want to be living this far away from the capital. But on the flip side, it's a solid bet that anything you find here as far as land or house, apartment, whatever it is, rental or purchase, is going to be a damn sight cheaper than it would be if you were to be buying closer to Asuncion. Anyway, that's a quick tour of San Ignacio.
You're welcome.